What the most private thing you're willing to admit?
This is gonna sound really weird, but I've become homeless 3 separate times, and each time it's like my mind just switches into survival mode and it feels awesome. Don't get me wrong, being homeless for a prolonged period of time is not very fun at all, but there's something so exhilarating about the first week or two after hitting the streets that just feels like you finally have total control and freedom over your life. Maybe I'm just a nut job.
I don't own a gun not because I'm against it, but because I don't trust myself to not shoot myself. I love to go shooting with friends and I am a rather good long-distance shot. They all ask why I don't bite the bullet and buy a gun of my own. I pay for ammo, and I just say costs. But the truth is, while I'm not suicidal, I just don't trust myself at 3 a.m. when I wake up crying.
Sometimes I go into the woods to scream. Not like to release stress, just to scream like a wild man.
I envy people with functional families.
I almost shit myself on my first date while walking home with them because the food didn't agree with me. I barely made it to the toilet.
I'm beginning to hate all of the things that used to define me. I'm just getting colder and colder, and I don't feel bad for it. I'm just nostalgic for my old self.
I'm pretending to have my life together, but secretly, I'm always on the edge of a breakdown. I hold on by my fingernails for the sake of my family because I love them to pieces. I hope they never realize I'm one step from disaster.
Where to start? The fact that my husband only stayed with me because I had cancer, and he doesn't want to look like the bad guy for leaving while I fight for my life? Or the fact that I hope the cancer is back so he doesn't leave?
I just want to leave my life behind and start over somewhere. Not telling my friends and family anything. Just leave.
I'm an alcoholic and I've been sober for 98 days. Everyone always asks, do you miss it? I say no every time, but I'm only lying to myself. I've missed it for every single one of those 98 days. It's not getting easier upside down face, the struggle is real.
I'm a high-functioning alcoholic.
I'm 32 and have no idea what I'm doing in my life. Edit, this got way more traction than I thought it would. Happy to see I'm not the only person feeling like this. Also appreciate all the advice from people.
I can't forgive my mom for allowing my stepfather to molest me as a small child, 4 to 9 years old. It went on for years, she ignored it. She doesn't take any responsibility for the struggles I've had to go through because of it. She thinks I'm a failure even though I'm doing really well for myself, all things considered. Recovering addict, thanks to hard work, the right partner and lots of education, I have a healthy marriage and sex life, but it was so hard. Harder than it had any right to be. I don't think I'll ever be able to forgive her. I really wonder what my life would have been like.
I have no goals. We are supposed to figure out who we want to be and what we want from our lives. It's almost an expectation that we have to want something out of life. But I have never wanted to be anything, and I have never wanted to do anything. I have no passions. I don't think I'm depressed though. I've always been this way. I do have a job which is okay, and a family I love. But I'm pretty much just going to keep existing until I don't.
I have never felt like a priority to anyone. It would offend my family and friends, I'm sure, but I have seen the way they prioritize other people and I yearn for that so badly in just one person. Edit, I'm overwhelmed by the outpouring of love I've received both in comments, but mostly in private messages. Working on responding to those grinning face with sweat. I'm sad so many of us share this feeling, but I feel very compelled to advise that we all reach out to one another to maybe offset this feeling of unimportance. Your best friend could be in this comment section. Anyone can reach out to me whenever about whatever, and if you're in the Hoosier state, LMK. Thank you for all of the awards as well.
I'm talkative and get people to laugh quite a bit. But the attention makes me so nervous that I shake. I generally hate everything I say. I just have no filter and can't stop talking when I'm nervous. So, the cycle continues and I just don't stop talking. I also feel like I don't understand social question. It's always embarrassing when I think about it later.
I'm an extreme overthinker. Like my girlfriend won't open a message of mine for a few hours and I'll be fully in my head thinking of all the bad things that could be happening. Or I'll show up late to work and I'll be terrified that I'm going to be fired for the whole day. I never act on those thoughts because I always have that little bit of sanity telling me that I'm overthinking, but it's still there and it fucking sucks.
I am still in love with someone who destroyed a piece of my soul last year.
I'm currently 5 days self-harm free.
I know deep down that if I stop chasing and putting effort in the relationships I have in my life, they'll quickly fall apart because people never really see me as someone worth being close to. I'm just an afterthought. So I always put 95% of the effort into them just so that I don't end up alone. Oh, also, I've never been in a healthy romantic relationship and have been single 3+ years. So there's that too. Edit. I'm blown away by the support I've been getting. Thank you all for the awards and the lovely words. My heart goes out to everyone who's in a similar situation.
I am fake 90% of the time, especially around friends and at work. I pretend to be happy, funny, silly, and like I'm okay. I am deeply not okay and crave being alone because it's the only time I can take the mask off. I am who I wish I actually was around other people. But it's not real. Edit. Looks like I've found my people, lol. Thank you to everyone who shared their experiences, support and advice. I will seriously consider seeking help, and I wish all you fellow fakers the very best.
I'm on the spectrum. Every social gesture and conversation trick I've learned has been the product of trial and error, like, do A, does B occur? If not, change A, or reassess how to trigger B. It's mechanical and feels disingenuous and manipulative.
I'm not alright mentally.
I shot and killed someone in a home invasion situation. Even though it was a justified shooting, the guilt is there every day.
Seems like a lot of people here are lonely. So am I. Anyone want to be friends? I know I could use one. I'm not very good, but sometimes I play chess online with my brother. Anyone want to play? Or chat? Or whatever. I had a little family. Me, my fiance, and my 2 kitties. It didn't end up working out. Now I'm alone in the world. I miss having a family so much.
Fighting through depression for 6 years now after losing my wife during childbirth. I've thoroughly convinced myself as both daddy and mommy. I have said I am fine at least 4 million times until I have stupidly embraced it. All everyone sees on the outside is the strong back and shoulders I have. But nobody sees the pain, hears my inner cries, sees the tears I hide behind my smile, sees the weakness that I really am behind the 15,000 different masks I wear masquerading my weakness as a man for being depressed. The only thing that keeps me alive every day is my daughter. Edit. Thank you everyone for the comments of support, and those that reached out in private messages. Thank you all so very much. This has helped give me a little more hope and reaffirmed that everything I am doing is positive.
I'm tired of being alone.
I want to stop talking to my friend of 16 years. He keeps screwing married women, and he's become extremely shady. His moods and mental stages in life change constantly in life, and it's exhausting to deal with.
The only thing keeping me alive are my cats.
I can't stand being around 98% of my extended family.